Hello. Well, we had a little technical difficulty there, like happens sometimes. And we're starting just a minute late. So give me one more minute, and we'll get started.
I can join the Hangout?
I've just sent you a specific invitation. Okay, we're going to get started. Thank you very much for waiting. We had a little technical thing. I started it a few minutes ago at 12 o'clock, and holy cow, it did a dance on me and ended itself. So I'm not sure if the Hangout gremlins were eating my lunch or what. But anyway, welcome to our Hangout. Speed to Profit Marketing. You know, I get asked all the time, what is speed to profit marketing? And the answer is really simple. I'm moving my microphone here a little closer. There you go. Just get it out of the picture. Good. Speed to profit marketing is the powerful, ethical, unmatched system to get your perfect message in front of your ideal client. Ultimately, to do what? So you can serve people and make money. If you want to serve a lot of people and make a lot of money, you have to do good marketing. Marketing is getting the right message in front of the right people at the right time. And that's a whole module in Speed to Profit Marketing about the right message in front of the right people at the right time. And I'm going to talk about that extensively at my event that's coming up, and it's not the subject of today. But ultimately, whether you're an online business or whether you're an offline business, marketing is lifeblood, right? Marketing is everything. If you're not marketing, then people can't find you, especially in the digital noise. And so my own itch, my own desire, the thing that I do it better than anyone else, is I create irresistible number one positioning for people. And I do that through the use of their personal story. You know, one of the things I tell clients all the time is your most powerful asset isn't how cool your product is. It isn't how many people, you know, you've helped even. Your most powerful personal asset is you. What is it about you that makes people gravitate to you? What is it about you that makes people want to pay you for your expertise, your knowledge, your help, your coaching, your wisdom, your book, your ideas? What is that particular thing? Because, you know, you and I, we could stand up in front of an audience and we could deliver exactly the same message. You know what, just a second. Sorry about that. I realized that I had a fan on because it's already starting to get warm here in Phoenix. And I was making noise, and I don't want that on the broadcast, so I apologize for that. If you and I stood in front of the same audience and we both delivered essentially the same message, some people in the audience would resonate with you, and some people would resonate with me. That's a good thing, because the more deeply personal we can make those connections, the more powerfully we can help people. Think about those that have had the largest impact on your life. They're the ones that you resonated with, that could reach and touch you in ways that others couldn't. Now, some people will say to me, you know what, that's all good for some products and service, but it doesn't matter. If you're, for example, a bricks and mortar store selling, I have a friend that sells pool supplies and pool cleaning services. I would argue that that's simply not true. It matters in every business. The kind of relationship you have, the kind of authenticity and vulnerability that you're willing to project and have with your clients will grow your business faster than anything. While the service itself, if I sell bolts or if I sell some cleaning supplies or something, may not have anything to do with it, the relationship is key, and ultimately it decides where you and I spend our money and where you and I transact business. Certainly how I do things. I go to certain stores and avoid others. I don't care what I'm buying. Why? Because of the service. Because sometimes it's the prices, but more often than just the prices, it's the service, it's how I feel, it's the availability, it's how I'm treated, it's the whole experience. And so ultimately, even when we're selling tangible items, we are really selling or providing our customers with an experience. And I have that little speech now in the introduction because this is part 2 of 3 parts that we're going to talk about. Authenticity. in marketing. Authenticity in marketing. It is a powerful concept. In fact, I will argue that it is the driving, the ultimate, the premier, the ruling concept. And if you don't get that, your business is going to go down. Your business is going to tank. You're going to disappear. And the reason you are is because as we become more and more overloaded with inputs, with emails and accounts and texting and bombarded information from the internet and from our digital devices. I was looking for my phone. You know, we're tied to our phones. As we become more deeply involved in that, we need things we can trust. Trust comes from authenticity. Know, like, and trust are the buzzwords online, right? That comes from authenticity. So I would argue that it is the premier commodity. I would argue that it is the primary driver of business now and going forward. And that's why I'm devoting 3 whole Hangouts to it. Okay, so that really is your welcome. Why you're here, hopefully, is to learn about authenticity in marketing. Now, last time we talked about why authenticity is important, and I did a small recap just now, just frankly indicating my bold prediction that those who cannot market authentically, those who cannot be authentic, truthful, vulnerable, open, and establish relationships with their clients, whether they're small or large, big stores or little stores, online personal services or bricks and mortar, doesn't matter, are destined to go out of business. And the reason is because our expectations are rising. So that's why it's critical. Today, we're going to talk about authenticity. We're going to talk about what it is. So we talked last Hangout about why. Today we're talking about what is authenticity. What does it look like? What is that? And then next week we'll talk about, actually it's going to be 2 weeks because I'm at conferences speaking next week. So we're going to talk next time about how you can do it. So how to do it. So why we needed it was last time. Today is what is it? And next time is how to do it. All right, so let's go ahead and let me make a couple of housekeeping announcements that are really important. And that the first one is this. Our next live event, Speed to Profit Marketing, is June 9th, 10th, and 11th at the Desert Retreat. Now that's a critical, who's going to be there? A very select group of powerful entrepreneurs who are looking to move their business to the next level. Now, the last group that were here are making significant progress, have made massive gains in what they're doing, and are applying the principles they have learned. In fact, they applied them at the event and started getting results by lunch the first day. The key with this particular event, the Speed to Profit Marketing Intensive, it's a really small event, a small group. And the reason I insist on small groups is because, one, I can vet every person that comes. I can see where they are in their business, what they're doing, and get personally involved with helping them create the most powerful results. I love doing that. My greatest joy comes in helping people do the things they don't believe they can do, and do them quickly. And so it gives me the opportunity to vet every person that comes. And it also gives me the opportunity during the event to tailor the examples and instructions to the specific people that are there. If I had a room full of 50 or even 30 people, I couldn't do that. There wouldn't be time for me to tailor examples to your particular business. But with a dozen people, and that's all we're limiting this to, I can do that. So if you haven't attended, or if you didn't have this on your radar screen, June 9th, 10th, and 11th, it's about 3.5 weeks from now, and you want to make more money and spread your business and achieve that irresistible #1 positioning, Speed to Profit Marketing Intensive is where you need to be. There's nothing like it. There is absolutely nothing like it being done in the world anywhere. There are lots of marketing courses. I know that. There are lots of people that will tell you the principles of marketing and the principles of influence, and they'll tell you how to do things. We will work it through together so that it's done well, done right, effective, and actually working. So this is a done with you event. This is not an event where you sit and take notes. This is a done with you event. So you leave with things that are completed, that are done, that are ready to implement, and in many cases that have already achieved results before you walk out the door. So that's a powerful event that's available for you. We have very, very limited seating. Obviously, many of them are already filled, but there are a few spots left. So if you're interested, and it will sell out. So if you're interested in coming to that, please get a hold of me. The contact information will be at the end, or you can go to the URLs, speedtoprofitmarketing.com/event. www.speedtoprofitmarketing.com/event, and then you can get a hold of me and fill out an application, and we can have a conversation to see if this is right for you, see if this event will provide what you need at this time in your business. So perfect. The other thing I'm doing is I'm starting a small group coaching program where I'll have a 1-hour call once a week. And it will be about speed to profit marketing, obviously, because there's going to be a group and be on the phone. It's not going to be the same as attending the event, but we will cover many of the same things. So we will cover the principles, we will cover the ideas, and we're going to start that the first week of June, about 3 weeks from now. And that'll be powerful. So it'll be a 1-hour call once a week, and you'll be in a small group to learn these things to boost your business and get moving. So that's also powerful. If you'd like to avail yourself of that, get a hold of me. Again, the contact information will be at the end, or you can do www.speedtoprofitmarketing.com and get on my list, and you'll get more information about that. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick review. I've done many, many, many episodes of Speed to Profit Marketing now. I think we're up to 17 or 18. But it's important to think about the thread. So when I talk about speed to profit, I'm not just talking about money in your pocket. Now, without money, businesses are going to go under, and that would be yours or mine or anyone's. So you got to make money. But in order to make money, what do? You provide services. And if you're going to stay in business, they have to be good services. They have to work. They have to be what the client needs, and they have to be repeat customers or willing to advertise for you. So speed to profit marketing is about profit for your customer, and that leads to profit in your pocket. So the speed to profit is twofold, for the customer and for you. Speed to profit marketing. So here are the things that we've talked about so far. I'll go through these really quickly, just so you know. The first one we did, and these each have their own Hangout. So there's a whole bunch of material on the YouTube channel in the Speed to Profit Marketing playlist that's there now. At some point, I'll be taking those down and packaging them into a product for sale. But right now, they're available free. So if you want to take advantage of that, I would. The first one is how to find clients. How do you find clients, your ideal client, online? And this isn't just saying, okay, go advertise. There are specific strategies, particularly in the digital age, that let you reach a lot of people really fast and then filter them so that just the ones that you want to talk to respond. So how to do that is the subject of the first Hangout. The second one is, after you find them, how do you build a rapport? A rapport is that elusive feeling that, you kind of know somebody and you feel good in their presence, and then eventually you begin to trust them. Rapport it comes from three things. There are other things that contribute, but mainly if we have some kind of shared experience, we went to the same school, had the same teacher, went to the same church, had the same kind of upbringing, some kind of shared experience gives people something to talk about. As soon as you have a shared experience with someone, even brand new that you meet, you can talk. You can share, you can relate, and that begins to establish rapport. The second thing is that you have common goals. So people often come together around a common cause: clean water, eliminating poverty, taking care of kids, school PTA, and that kind of relationship builds rapport. The third thing is a common worldview. You have the same values and ethics, and you can talk about the things that are important to you in kind of the same way. So those are the three keys to establishing rapport, and we spend a Hangout talking about how to do that with your clients that you find online. The third one was about how to solve problems and get paid. How to solve problems and get paid fast. Now, everything in our time right now is about quick. Quick. Can you solve a problem for me fast? Can you take care of the need that I have now? When you and I Google something, and Google, of course, is a company, but it's now also a verb. It means go look it up online, right? When you and I Google something, you want the very first thing on top, or certainly one of the first two, to be the best company, the answer, nearby, available, open now, and able to solve your problem. I mean, that's what I want, right? That's what you want. You want that to happen now. So does your client. So if you can solve a problem quickly, you get moved up several notches. You become a hero. And that third hangout that we did talked about that. The fourth one is about how to build long-term relationships fast. Now that might seem like an oxymoron statement that says, how do you build a long-term relationship fast? Well, there are steps in any relationship, right? And because we've got the kind of communication and technology we have, we can move through those steps quicker. And this was a program about how to do that. So how to move through the steps of relationship more quickly so that you can establish a long-term relationship with your clients fast and do it in a way that they like and you like and is beneficial for them and you. Again, speed to their profit, speed to your profit. The next two were about Hangouts themselves. Now, we're on a Hangout today, and so I actually did one talking about the tips, about how to use it and the applications that you see. I did a second one on Hangouts that was Advanced Secrets, so both of those are about this particular tool. And this is one of the emerging tools that are being used more and more and more heavily for corporate training, for coaching, for marketing, for just education-based marketing. This is what we're doing today. This Hangout venue and the hosting on YouTube and everything is really powerful, and so we did 2 Hangouts talking about just how to use it. And so if you need to learn how to use it, that would be the place to go. The next 2 that I did were about the other side of Hangouts on Air, which is YouTube. So you know, after you do this, the videos go to YouTube. So we went to YouTube and we looked at the features and we looked at the dashboard and how to use it and what to do with it and so forth. And then we did a more advanced one, YouTube Part 2, so that you got more instruction on how to use YouTube once you've got your Hangouts there. Really powerful thing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. Number 9, 10, and 11 were about something I call the money triangle. The money triangle, the money triangle. Did I say the money triangle? You know, you and I are in business ultimately to make money. Money is a beautiful thing because it means you're providing value and service. Some people are squirmy about asking money, particularly people that are spiritual or coaches, and I have known a lot of those. I'm in a bunch of masterminds with them, and they have trouble, you know, charging for their services at all, or certainly charging enough. They have a feeling that money is somehow not good. All of that is nonsense. If you don't make money in your business, or if I don't, you're not going to stay in business, and you can't help anybody. You can't do anything. So making money is good. The money triangle is about how to make money serving your clients in a powerful, ethical, and rapid way so that they pour money on you and want to, love to. So the 3 corners of the money triangle took 3 Hangouts. We spent a Hangout on each one of them and talked about the 3 things that you need to do to connect those corners, and if you do, your clients will pour money on you. Mine do, and it works. So that is a powerful tool you will want to check out, those 3. That was 9, 10, and 11. Then we talked about, oh, I know, we spent a couple Hangouts talking about high-ticket items. One of the questions I get asked all the time is how you do a VIP day or a high-ticket day. Two things about it, so we spent 2 Hangouts on that again. One of them was why you need it. So if you're a coach or a consultant, you need to have a high-end product. You need to have that. And the reason you do, we outlined there, but there are reasons that you need to. It enhances your depth of thinking about your own product or service. It enhances your perceived value in the market, and all kinds of reasons that benefit not just your business, but actually benefit your client. Because if you're forced to put together a VIP day where you're going to charge $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 for a day of your time, you know you need to be really deep, capable, and powerful in your topic, or you won't provide the value necessary, right? So why that's important to have VIP days, and the second one we did is how to market them. So why you need them and how to market them, that was a couple of Hangouts, really important topics if you're in business at all, and particularly if you're a coach or a consultant of any kind, or you teach as part of your product or service. The next one we did was called the Business Explosion. We talked about what's going on in technology and society, the societal, economic, and technology trends that make it possible to blow your business up really quickly online. The one after that we did, and that was based on speed, value, and service. And the one after that we did was on a fatal marketing mistake. So that one was titled, Are You Making This Fatal Marketing Mistake? And the reason I did one on a single mistake is because it's such a huge one and it affects so many people that I see. And that is this. Are you marketing the same kind of service that your customer's buying? That mismatch causes more lost sales and more angry customers and returns and bad reputation and everything than anything I can think of. Sometimes, in fact, quite often in our effort to market stuff, we hype more than we should, and we promise stuff we don't intend to deliver. So let me give you some examples. If I sell bolts at Home Depot, they come with no instructions and no one expects that. You might ask the guy there a couple of things, but that's it. So that's completely do everything yourself, right? No instructions, nothing. And then there's another level of do it yourself, and that is it comes with a lot of instructions. So think medication, you go get meds and then you've got a prescription instruction. Or the funny one is, of course, build it yourself home furniture, like from IKEA or someplace. Wow, you get those, and putting it together is hard, but you do have instructions. The third level is sort of done with you, and that's speed to profit marketing. My intensive is like that, where we do things together, and the coaching model is that way. And the fourth one is done for you, so you buy a turnkey website or a turnkey house or something that's supposed to be completely done, and you walk in. Now those are always difficult because they end up with a punch list and a bunch of things to fix. But those are the four levels, and the mistake is if your client feels like in your marketing that you're offering done with you services and you're going to offer help and support, and you really don't intend to, or it's limited to a page of FAQ or something, that's going to create a mismatch, and you're going to have angry clients who need more help, want more help, and expected more help, and you're not prepared to deliver it. So just making sure that's lined up is a fatal mistake, and we did a whole hangout on that, talking about the signs, symptoms, how to avoid it, what to do to make it work, and so forth. So that was a great one, and you need to do that too. And then the last one was the first part of this three-part series, which is authenticity in marketing. Why is it important? So those are the ones that we've done so far, and as you can see, and the reason I go through them every hangout is because there's a broad stroke of purpose going through there, about marketing, that if you follow it, your marketing will change dramatically. You'll change how you think about it, you'll change how you feel about marketing, and ultimately you'll change the success that you're having. You'll get more of the right clients, you'll get your story in front of the right people, you'll make more money, and you'll serve more people, which of course is what I'm in business to do, and I assume you are too. So that is the review, and that took a little longer than most reviews, but it was thorough. As I mentioned, we talked last week about why, today's what, and how. We'll move quickly into what is authenticity in marketing. So authenticity in marketing, I've got to get my little cards organized here. Authenticity in marketing. So we're going to break this up into two parts. The first piece of authenticity is, all right, let me back up. What is authenticity in marketing? Authenticity in marketing is personal authenticity. There's a notice for something I need to be doing. Hold on just a minute, please. Get my screen back up like I had it. Thank you very much. So is personal authenticity, and then there's product authenticity. So the what of authenticity, what needs to be authentic, what does authenticity look like? I said we were going to talk about three things today, and first one is what the heck is authenticity? So authenticity is to some degree vulnerability, it's certainly truth, and it comes in two parts, so personal authenticity and product authenticity. And let's talk about those for just a minute. So these are the three words, and I'll hold this slide up a couple times: story, trust, and integrity. One of the things that I teach in Speed to Profit Marketing, one of many significant and different pieces, is the power of your personal story. Now it's funny, I just went to an event just a couple of weeks ago, two events in fact, one after another, where speaker after speaker was just pounding the criticality of your personal journey and story, and we talked a little bit about that earlier, where your personal story is your most valuable asset, and it is because your personality, your experience, and your expertise will resonate with certain people, and if they don't know anything about that, they can't resonate. Now, authenticity means that your story is true. One of the worst things you can do is create a story, create a persona, invent events, invent journeys that you haven't taken and tell them as true. Those don't resonate. They don't ring true, and ultimately they will be your downfall. So when you use your personal story, the first piece of it is it has to be true. Okay? And the second thing is truth itself. So the story has to be real, and I put truth in there because by no means am I pretending that I should, you should, or anyone should air their dirty laundry and tell all their secrets in order to tell the truth. Now, if you're on Celebrity Rehab on TV or something, then your deep, dark personal secrets may be important, and if you're in certain kinds of coaching, those may be important too to resonate with your audience. So I can't say for every business what matters. But let's take an example of a bricks and mortar business. I use an example of a pool chemical supplier and cleaning service earlier. The fact that this particular guy is second generation pool service and has done Olympic pools at major resorts might be an important selling point to get certain accounts. And so not only just stating the fact that, my resume includes cleaning Olympic pools at certain resorts, but some interesting stories around that. One resort had some trouble one year and they let it go, and boy, cleaning that out was whatever. Those kinds of anecdotes, when true and when connected to the core business, become interesting selling points, and they certainly differentiate your business. So I had many years as an executive in energy markets. And part of that was electricity. And if one company's selling electrons and another company's selling electrons aren't very differentiable. One runs the lights just as good as the other. So the companies were forced to figure out how to differentiate. Did one company help more with energy audits in the house to save money? Did one company have a more favorable contract term? It's kind of like cellular service. You see different see the cellular companies all fighting for positioning, and one of them is integrity of service, dropped calls and so forth, because it isn't quite like electricity yet, because their coverage maps differ. But besides that, then it's all about service, and it's all about other plan features. And that's the same thing with, and they tell the story, and they have advertising, and you see that, and they have different people, and they appeal to different demographics, younger, older. That's all part of the story that they create so that you'll be attracted to their brand. You need to think about your business the same way and in an authentic way. The reason that it's important is as we move more toward video, if your presence on video telling the benefits and stories associated with you, your brand, and your particular expertise, if you're not authentic and compelling, they won't work, and in fact they'll backfire because you'll seem like a huckster. So story and truth, and the third piece is something I call integrity, and that means you have to be planning to deliver and able to deliver, in fact, over-deliver the product or service that you're talking about. Now, I'm going to get a little bit woo-woo on you here and move into the sort of the land of karma and the land of how things feel for just a minute. I'm going to do it in a hardcore business product, speed to profit marketing, and I'm going to do it now because it is actually part of this. If you're not ethical, if you're not connected and honest and vulnerable to some extent, you're going to lose business because our expectations are changing. As a marketplace, we want to know who we do business with. As a buyer, you want to feel some connection, particularly as the purchase price goes up. As we move into the era, we're in the middle of it, one of my mentors calls it the advisory age, where because we're bombarded with so much info, we're desperate to have trusted advisors that we know if we take their opinion, we can take it to the bank, or, I'll use that as take it to the bank, or we can trust it completely. Think about your kids, if you have kids, or pets. If you have a trusted pet sitter, or a trusted babysitter, or a trusted house sitter, you can just call them, they're going to take care of stuff, and you don't worry about it. That is a trusted advisor. You need more than ever in your business, and I in mine, to become that trusted advisor, and that only comes with authenticity. It comes with that vulnerability and that willingness to share story, to disclose, to establish rapport, and to create a different kind of relationship. So yes, I'm claiming loudly and strongly that marketing is changing. People's expectations are changing and going up. So different kind of expectation and a higher level. And if we don't adapt, if you don't adapt as a business, and adopt the things that I'm teaching you, you will go lose business, and you go out of business. And if you don't realize it, you wonder what happened. I'm doing the same thing I've always done, and it's not working anymore. If you've seen your sales drop, and I get clients all the time that say, well, I'm doing what I've done before, but my sales are going down. Why? And we look it over, and their online presence isn't there. Their YouTube videos are terrible. They don't come across as authentic. They can't be found quickly in the search engines. And ultimately, when people find them, they're no different than someone else providing that product or service. And that right there, my friend, is the key. Why you? Why you for a particular product or service? If you can't answer that question, do it powerfully and communicate that through your marketing to your ideal customer, you're dead. And that's a sad thing. So doing the same thing you've been doing that worked before is not a guarantee of future success. In fact, very likely a guarantee of future failure. So I've created a saying, and I'm going to share it with you just because, so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. There's 5 words that I use to govern my life, and I use them also to govern my business. And it is all in the realm of feeling, and it governs how I think about my clients and the relationship I have. And those 5 words are truth, integrity, presence, love, and service. And you might think that this sounds crazy, like some kind of a family thing, but it's not crazy at all. Truth means I only speak the truth. So in my marketing, in my promise of service, I only speak truth. Integrity, I keep my word. That's one of the 4 agreements from, the Toltec fellow, and his name has slipped my mind right now, but that's a great book, The 4 Agreements, and his name will come to me in a minute, and I'll say it to you. But anyway, the 4 agreements, one of them is always keep your word. So integrity, I always speak the truth. I always keep my word. The third one is I am fully present in every moment. And that sounds like a meditation mantra, and in fact it is. But I can tell you that being present with your customer lets you listen more carefully, fully, and completely to their product, to their fears, frustrations, needs, desires, fantasies, and then lets you create products and services or explain why your product and services map their benefits. One of the huge mistakes is we know a customer needs something that we have or they wouldn't be talking to us. And so we spend a lot of time telling them what we have and what it does, and we hope that they can make the match between what we kept telling them that we do and the needs that they have, and that's completely wrong. The right way to do it is to listen very carefully and ask a lot of questions so that you know exactly what they need. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then explain only those benefits. We can solve this one this way, and this one, and this one, and this one. And if your product or service does 9 other things, they actually don't care. The fact that you can elegantly solve the needs that they have, that is the issue. So anyway, truth, integrity, presence, and the reason I told that example is because being present, fully present in every moment, is what lets you listen to the customer like that. The 4th one is love, and that is I build my life on a foundation of love. And that means with my clients. I care very much about my clients, about their success, about their winning, about their ability to serve their clients. And I simply approach it that way. And service, as the 5th one, is I approach every interaction with the intention of service. Now that's backwards. In sales, it's like, okay, sale, make the money, get the sale, whatever, and we've come to hate that, associated with used car salesmen or high-pressure sales letters or buy right this minute or it expires, you know, that kind of high-pressure noise. We reject it. You're jaded. So am I. I turn that off, and I assume that whoever's using that kind of tactic is trying to, you know, scam me, rip me off. I have no time for them. So I know you feel that way too. Every single person I talk to about this is, yeah, yeah, yeah. And so those are my 5 words. And what I would encourage you to do in terms of what is authenticity, which is the Hangout topic today, what are your governing words? What are your governing principles that govern how you choose to interact, react, and treat your customers in your marketing, in your actual product, and in your service after the fact? Okay, so those are my 5 words, and I want to encourage you strongly to get your own, to think of your own guiding principles, and then figure out how they apply to your business and how do they apply to your customers, and do it intentionally and fully. Okay, now part 2, I said what is integrity had 2 parts. It's the personal part, and the second part is your product integrity. So let's talk about marketing, benefits, and delivery. Authenticity is what we're talking about today, what it is. And so authenticity, let's talk about the marketing piece first. Straight up question, is your marketing authentic? Does it truthfully and accurately reflect what you intend to deliver? Does it fairly reflect the benefits of your service? Are you describing really what they'll get? Because one of the things that I said in the banner to this is that we've been taught and conditioned that lying is okay. Some people call it puffery. Some people move way over the line and into flat out misrepresentation. Now, puffery is a word that means making things sound better than they are. Well, you don't want to undersell your product or service either. So presenting your product or service in the best light is fine. If you take a picture for a portrait, you adjust the lighting and the profile and everything until it's best. You don't take the worst possible view of it, because if you do, you're obviously discrediting the photograph yourself, and you're doing yourself a disservice. So by no means am I suggesting that you don't tout every possible feature or benefit, the other way around, benefits of the service in front of your ideal customer. I'm just talking about be careful and don't make it sound like it'll make you, lose 100 pounds in 5 days. You see lots of those weight losses particularly bad, and getting in shape, the muscular guys, and make it absolutely, short of precisely saying it, like if I take this supplement in 20 minutes, I will look like the youthful Arnold Schwarzenegger or Lou Ferrigno, or I don't know the names of current day bodybuilders, but whoever they are, that in 20 minutes or in an hour or a week or a month or even 6 months, just by taking spoonfuls of this stuff, I will be that. Right? And so you see that on a lot of television commercials, where it makes you feel like wearing a piece of clothing by a certain designer or drinking a certain beer or whatever will make you the life of the party or attractive to the opposite sex. And we have come to accept the fact that that is nonsense and it's not true, but that's just the way we talk. The problem comes, yes, we know it's nonsense. Yes, we know it's not true, but it's not okay to think that it's simply okay to live your life that way. Because as a small business, you'll get hammered, you'll get destroyed, you'll get eliminated if you get the reputation of over-promising and under-delivering. It needs to be the other way around. Under-promise, over-deliver, right? So the key is to strike the right balance in describing your product or service in your marketing between presenting your product in the best possible light. So this is the best light I can put on it. The benefit, this benefit, my best customer using this did this, and so forth. Pool supplies, there were sometimes you put these chemicals in and you didn't have to touch it for a week. Average was maybe 5 days, but up to a week. That's a fair statement because it's true. So you get the point. So it's being truthful about the claims that you make in your marketing, and making sure that it's fairly reflective of what you have and what you're going to do. The second one is describing the actual benefits accurately. So the first one, this is related to this, it's the same because I was just using the word benefits a lot, but the first one really is talking about in your marketing. So in the material you put out to advertise online, are you describing it correctly? When you actually deliver it, does it actually have the benefits? Does it do all of the things that you claim that it does? And so what that really involves is, are you claiming that it does things that it doesn't quite do? So there's a couple of things. One is you can exaggerate what it does. So a supplement may make you gain protein, but if you exaggerate the amount, like it'll gain a pound of muscle a day, instead of, if you exercise with it, I don't know anything about this, so I shouldn't be using this example, but anyway, again, a pound of muscle a week or something. All those things are possible, but if you exaggerate, that's not, that's false advertising, essentially, but we've become conditioned to the fact that that's okay. It's not, and every time the FTC makes a new rule about what you can and can't claim, they're trying to rein in those that are pushing the envelope out there and claiming stuff that's not true. When you describe the benefits, certainly don't claim that it does things that it doesn't do. So that's like the old snake oil salesman that would go to door and claim that, the snake oil they were selling cured warts and emphysema and I don't even know what, everything from hangnails to cancer. And lots of money has been made with those kind of false claims. And more people, lose money, have settlements, class action suits, go to jail. But my teaching and my approach to this is be honest to start with. The point is there is plenty of money to be made, plenty of relationships to build, and plenty of problems to solve in the realm of truth and reality. So speed to profit marketing is about absolutely being the best you can, showing it the best you can, promising all the benefits that it will deliver, but doing it with honesty and integrity, and using the massive cool digital tools we have to present that authenticity. And that's what we're going to talk about next week. How do we then be authentic? So today we're talking about what it is. The third piece of that is authenticity in your delivery. So after you deliver the product or service, and this doesn't matter if it's bricks and mortar, or if it is digital, or if it's online, or if it's coaching, which is what I do, coaching and mentoring, are you willing to go above and beyond? Are you willing to actually deliver what it felt like you promised? One of the biggest disconnects is in our effort to market, we want to make it sound as good as possible, and in doing that, it feels like we're promising this. We know that it will only deliver a 7 instead of an 8 or a 9 on a scale of 10. That's not good. Are you willing to create a delivery mechanism of your product or service that matches that? And so authenticity is creating delivery that is equivalent or equal to what you seem like you're promising. And yeah, I'm arguing for in fact, I'm not arguing. Business that you have will deflate and disappear if you don't meet these standards. The new standard is authenticity. The new standard is integrity. And those that adhere to it and meet it will blossom and flourish. And those that continue to push the envelope, stretch truth, and push boundaries will get in trouble. Their karma, if you will catch up to them. But the bottom line is, because of the instantaneous communication and the way that reputation is managed and ruined, they will disappear. So that is authenticity in marketing. I skipped a couple of these. We covered my 5 words, but I'm going to remind you what mine are, and again encourage you to do your own. My 5 words are truth, integrity, presence, love, and service. That's what governs my life and governs my business. What are yours? And the authenticity in marketing product we covered. So now, to give you an idea of how that works in practice, I'm going to tell you what I do. This is the last concept for today. And this is something I call a value statement. So the value statement I give, some people call it an elevator pitch or whatever. The value statement is, I help businesses who are aching to grow to double, triple, or even 10 times their profit, so they can have the lifestyle they want, create the legacy they choose, and serve the family and community they love. And I carefully crafted that to adhere to all the authenticity pieces, because I have case studies of doubling, tripling, and yes, 10 times, even 40 timesing someone's income. So I can say all those with perfect integrity in terms of making the money piece. And then the other part, so they can have the lifestyle they choose, create the legacy that they want, and then serve the family and community they love. I do that specifically to talk about things that are important to people. Often businesses are in business, especially entrepreneurs, because they want to make a difference in the world, or they want to take care of their family in a particular way and provide for them, send their kids to certain schools, or have certain vacations, or have certain opportunities. And so I use those words specifically to convey the value of the service that I provide, and I do it with full thought about that authenticity piece. And so the last question I would ask you is, what is your value statement? Do you have a value statement, something that clearly and powerfully articulates your value? What is your value statement? I gave you mine. I would encourage you strongly to create a value statement that adheres to all the principles of authenticity, but at the same time presents you in the best possible light. So that's the conclusion of the meat here. We're going to have a review really quickly. What do you do is the creation of your own value statement. So today we talked about what authenticity is. And there are two parts. There's personal authenticity, and that talked about how you personally conduct yourself. Are you willing to be vulnerable? Are you willing to let people get to know you? Are you authentic in the persona that you portray? And do you project and live that authenticity? Because relationships are key. I gave you my own 5 words that govern my life so that I keep myself in alignment with that. And the second part was product authenticity. So personal authenticity and product authenticity. And we talked about in the product authenticity, personal when we talked about story, truth, and integrity. And in the product when we talked about in your marketing, in the actual benefits provided, and in the delivery of your product or service. So those are the pieces of authenticity, and what I absolutely say is critical for your success in speed to profit marketing, or in marketing in the new age. So let's do a couple of review items here at the end. I've got a free gift for you, so don't go away just yet. There's my live event on June 9th through 11th, Speed to Profit Marketing Intensive. We have a few seats left. If the stuff that you've seen in these Hangouts resonates with you and you know you need it, please get a hold of me and let's talk and see if this at least is the magic that your business needs, if you're ready to take it to the real level, to the next level where you serve more people and make more money. Our next, the Speed to Profit Marketing free gift is this. Speedtoprofitmarketing.com, is an opt-in box. And if you opt in there, I will give you something called the story template. I told you in the beginning that your most powerful personal asset was you, and your personal story was key and critical to your marketing success. Well, this story template is a cool tool that I have personally developed, it's proprietary, to help you turn powerful events in your life into what I call customer hooks and magnets, things that will draw your ideal customer to you so that you can provide the service and value that you provide and solve their problems and then ultimately make money. So if you go to www.speedtoprofitmarketing.com and opt in there, you'll get the story template, which is a powerful free gift and a part of the Speed to Profit Marketing Intensive. So it is a proprietary piece that's really important and really good, and I'd love for you to have it. Last of all, our next Hangout's going to be 2 weeks, not one, because I'm speaking at some events next week. So our next HOA on part 3 of authenticity, which is how to do it. So now that we've talked about why you need it and what it is, next time we're going to talk about how do I do this in the media, online, in the digital world. In person it's one thing, but how do you do this online in the right places and in the right way so that you get your story in front of customers? That's what we'll talk about next time. And the last thing is contact. So if you want to contact me, speedtoprofitmarketing.com is one way. You'll get on my list, and then you'll get the emails and stuff that we send out. The other one is, if you want to send me an email, it's coachkellanfluckiger@gmail.com. It's written down there on that last overlay, coachkellanfluckiger@gmail.com. Send me an email. I get lots of them, so please don't hesitate. Send me an email with questions or thoughts or ideas, or if you're interested, for example, in the coaching group that we're starting in June, or you want to talk about the Speed to Profit Marketing. But please, by all means, go to speedtoprofitmarketing.com and get your free gift today. That's it. Thank you for taking time to come and watch our Hangout today, and I'll see you in the next go-round.